Hi, I'm Dr. Shubhra Goyal and I'm an eye and face plastic surgeon. Welcome to Manghat. Let's talk about facial aging. Facial aging is as common as the aging in the body because it's something which is seen, which is inevitable, and people judge you or judge us based on how we look. It is much talked about in the cosmetic industry or in general. Now the question I want to ask you is, if your body is aging and you're not taking care of body in general and you want just the treatment for your facial aging, is it possible? The answer is of course no. Also, there is a thought which I want to put into your head is, have you ever thought that what you did to your body when you were in your 20s and 30s and then you walk into the clinics at the age of 50s and 60s and you suddenly want a transformation? Just think about it, because aging is an ongoing process. Actually, the aging starts as soon as you are 25. So everybody who is 25 around here has to take care of their face, their body, their skin right from that age, because thereafter, whatever happens adds on to your aging process. Now, let's look at the face in general as a structure. What is it consisting of? So there is skin, below that is your fat. Now fat has multiple layers, there are muscles, there is bone, and then there are connecting tissues which connect each part to each other. When these parts or these elements start aging or decaying is where the signs of aging manifest on our face. So that's about how structurally our face would age. But is it the only thing which makes our face to age? No. Let me touch upon briefly about genetics and epigenetics here. Now, this kind of may sound a little new topic, but it's very, very relevant, and hence I thought I should be talking about it here. We all know about it, but probably we don't take the essence of it very properly in our, in our understanding. Now, genetics is something which we are born with. Now, we always talk about it, it runs in my family. Because my father is so-and-so, I would be so-and-so. Because my father has diabetes or my grandmother has diabetes, I would land up into diabetes. Well, that's partly correct. But now the science has proven that more than genetics, it's your epigenetics. Now, what do I mean by epigenetics? Is the things which is around you, what makes you, which is internal and external. So the elements, the cells, the genes, the DNA is already structured there. But how would they behave? How would they transform or metamorphose themselves to the better versions of themselves or the worse version of themselves depends on how you treat your body. That is your, again, mind, body, soul internally, your health, your lifestyle, and externally in terms of your, exercises, your thought processes, and the kind of ecosystem you live in. Now, there are n number of articles and data which is supporting this theory, where actually now we are working to reverse the facial aging based on epigenetics, right? Interesting, isn't it? No matter how you're born, what you're born with, of course you can't change it in terms of the structural parameters, but you can definitely modify it or change it based on the environmental or the ecosystem around it. Now let's go a little more detail about what do I mean by this ecosystem. If you have never taken care of your skin, you have always been outdoors in the sun. Now, believe me, sun is the biggest culprit for skin aging or facial aging. And that's why we call sunscreens as the Brahmastra for preventing, delaying, or helping the facial aging. So if you have been outdoors in the sunlight, not taking care of your skin, if you're not drinking enough, if you're not eating the right amount of macro and micronutrients which give you the right amount of strength, the nutrients, the absorption, it's going to manifest in some way or the other in the organs of your body and finally on your skin and faces. In addition, alcoholism, smoking, stress, the cortisol is the biggest culprit, other than sun, of course, which activates or fastens your facial aging. So cortisol is a hormone which is produced, and if it's high in our body, again produces free radicals to cause damage. Now this damage is usually irreversible. So if you have more cortisol, you're calling for more irreversible damage to your face or to the body. So watch out on your cortisols. Let's repeat it. The sun, the kind of diet you're having, water, the lifestyle, thought processes, which is your cortisols, nutrients in terms of A, B, C, E, multivitamins. Now, I'm a big proponent of not taking any artificial supplements, but a wholesome diet, because the diet which you have, again, look at your ancestors, your grandparents. Did they have these multi-nutrients or multivitamins and high brand stuff available in the market? No, they were just having a wholesome diet. So your wholesome diet, food, and a good healthy environment, no matter where you live, I think one can create a very healthy, peaceful environment amongst themselves or around themselves. So this is very, very important. Let's come to the treatment part of it. Can you treat facial aging? Well, people present to me saying that I have a line here, my brow has come down, or I have a fat, or my chin is not looking good. But the problem is, if you just treat one entity, you're not treating facial aging, you're treating that entity. And it's very easy for me as a physician or as a surgeon. My aim is to look at it in a very holistic way. So we have to look at it in the picture in toto. We have to treat you internally and externally. So the first thing which comes in treatment of facial aging is here, your thought process. Thought process not about just meditating or thinking good, but the thought process about how you control your life, how you control your body. So you have to eat well. Take a lot of vitamin C. Take a lot of nutrients in terms of wholesome diet. Be out of sun. If you have to be in sun, please use sunscreen. As I said, it's a Brahmastra. Use a type of skincare suggested by your physician, which will give you an extra protection. Then, some of the simple tricks which you can follow is, obviously drink a lot of water, is facial yoga. If you practice facial yoga, you can actually tone some amount of muscles, and you can, I wouldn't say that it kind of prevents facial aging, but it can definitely delay the process of aging. And some of the exercises are pretty simple. Try not to be very expressive. Now, I'm not saying that don't laugh, don't smile, don't get angry, but be watchful of how you're expressing yourself, because the more you express in a very, very loud manner, the more the aging of the muscles will happen. So can be a little more watchful about it, but this is a very tricky side of dealing with it. When sleeping, a lot of us have a habit of sleeping on one side or sleeping on the face, our face on the pillow. If I have 10 people standing in front of me, I can just looking at them tell which side they usually sleep, because the side we sleep more ages more, because we're causing a compression on that face, on that side of the face, and causing it to drag or descend more. So we can, work around these simple tricks where, in addition to the kind of food, water, nutrients we are taking, the kind of external protection we are taking, try to change your sleeping patterns. Don't sleep with the face on the pillow. Now there are anti-aging pillows which are available, which are soft, which don't cause that much of compression. You can do facial yoga and use lots and lots of sunscreen. So these are some of the simpler methods which I would recommend. When the patient or the client walks into my clinic, they walk in with a very groggy, very run-down looks and say, "Oh my God, everybody says I looked aged." And I ask them one question: what do you mean by being aged? So aging is nothing but it's in your head. I'm not saying there are not signs or telltale signs to tell you when the person can look tired, sad, angry at times, masculine. The females can look masculine, the males can look exaggerated versions of themselves. So those are the parameters which we look at. We look at it in a very, very complete picture manner. We don't treat, or I don't treat the things in particular as a bag, line, circle, chin augmentation, lip augmentation. No, that is just an additional part of the treatment. So look inside, eat well, sleep well, treat your thoughts well, enjoy your life, be happy with what you have, and in addition, come to me for external treatment, which obviously have to be done in moderation. Facial aging is inevitable. We all have to face it, but treat it with the proper mindset, lifestyle, and a good physician in your hand. So let's be the part of aging process in a very, very healthy way with internal and external transformation. If you resonate with our thoughts, please like, share, and subscribe to Mann Khana.